My state is 3 feet above sea level. We know what's going to happen if we don't make significant change.
Climate change, and especially rising seas, is a threat to our homeland security, our economic structure, infrastructure, the safety and health of the American people.
Okay, joining me now, Congressman Jason Smith on the Hill's Joe Concha. Congressman, by the way, gentlemen, thanks for spending your Friday night with us to talk about this. Congressman, that was President Biden, and then that was former President Obama talking about their fears of rising sea levels because of climate change. That was Biden in 2019. That was after he bought his nearly $4 million beachfront mansion in Delaware in 2017, and former President Obama owns a Martha's Vineyard mansion near the water. That's reportedly worth more than $50 million. And now he owns a Hawaii property located on the beach for about $9 million.
Liz, you have just pointed out the Democrat Party is the party of wealthy environmentalists. The thing is that they preach one thing, they set expectations for everyone in the world except for themselves. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. John Kerry, for example, he will fly all over the world with a private jet, but then he expects all of us to not even touch the carbon footprint and not be allowed to drive a tractor on our farm. You see Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, he would lock down small businesses but open up a restaurant so he could have a fancy dinner. Or Nancy Pelosi talk about stay home, don't go outdoors, but she'd cause a local small business owner to open up just so she could get her hair done.
Yeah, this is really elitist.
These people don't follow through.
It's elitist. It's so out of touch with Americans out there. It's so out of touch with Main Street, Joe. You know what I mean? I mean, former President Obama, he said rising sea levels are a threat to the U.S., so much so it would cost $200 billion at one point, he said in 2015. But he owns a beach mansion in Martha's Vineyard and another one in Hawaii.
It's incredible when you talk about Barack Obama or his former vice president, now president in Biden, Elizabeth. I wonder how Joe Biden paid for that pricey beach house mansion, by the way. I mean, we're talking multi-million dollars here, as you just mentioned. Biden was only paid $230,000 a year as VP. So where did this money possibly come from to afford such a beautiful property that includes what? Gourmet kitchen, 3 fireplaces, multiple decks, and porches. I mean, his son did earn millions in Ukraine and China peddling the family name, but I'm sure there's no connection there. It's Sarcasm Friday, by the way.
Well,
look,
that's a good point, though.
It is. I mean, because this is just the beach house we're talking about with Biden. He also has an even bigger house in Wilmington, Delaware, off the beach. Again, I don't know where all this money came from. It's not like he's done a lot of speeches like Bill Clinton did, for example. But again, the hypocrisy is incredible. Al Gore, remember when he was talking about how the climate's going to destroy the world, and then you see that his electric bill in Tennessee is 20 times higher than the average person in Tennessee. Rules for D's, not for me.
Yeah, and you know, John Kerry, to your point, to what Joe was saying, Congressman, you made this point too, and the Daily Caller has been doing good work on this too. John Kerry is saying, warning, watch out, rising sea levels. He also owns expensive beachfront properties.
It's ridiculous how these wealthy environmentalist politicians, they preach one thing, but they clearly don't live by it. We've seen that with John Kerry over and over. We see that with President Biden over and over. It's crazy. The American people's had enough, and they're upset. What's going to be interesting is when, as what was brought up, whenever you start looking into the background of President Biden. I mean, how was he able to afford all these like millionaire mansions whenever he was on the salary of a state senator and a vice president for so long?
What was Hunter and his uncle doing?
Maybe the Republican Congress in January should have some aggressive oversight of this administration to see exactly how they got so wealthy on the taxpayer dime.
What do you think, Joe?
I think that will be the first priority, quite frankly, if Republicans take back the House, and they should, is to investigate, obviously, Hunter Biden, since obviously Democrats have no appetite for this. There already is a federal investigation, but you're going to see hearings on this and dig into this, really, what happened in Ukraine and China with Hunter Biden, and where did that money go? And I'd like to see Tony Bobulinski, who was Hunter Biden's business partner, be the first person to testify, because he said 10% went to the big guy being President Biden.
Got it. Okay, Congressman Smith and Joe Concha, thanks for joining us. It's great to have you on.
Thank you.
Okay, a lot of talk about the border, right?